über indische Eltern und ihren Umgang mit ihren Kindern. Ebenfalls erzählt er uns etwas von seinen Erfahrungen hier in Deutschland. Next we will hear a story of a guy from India, one of the most diverse countries in the world, about Indian parents and how they deal with their kids. Also about his little experience in this German Ausland. Welcome, Ravi.
Hello. Can you hear me, guys? So, before I start, I have a disclaimer for everyone. This piece of act is just meant for entertainment. It is not meant for offending you. If you are still offended, if there are any psychology students or doctors, please see, these are your future patients. So, please keep a record of that. So, give me a cheer. How many of you have been to live comedy show? Quite a few. So, for those who have not been to the live comedy show, I will let you know the drill. So, if you don't laugh at my jokes, I get demotivated. I feel unhappy and I start saying bad jokes. But if you laugh at my jokes, I feel good. I feel happy. I feel motivated. But I still say bad jokes. Because I don't have good jokes. I'm just here to get validation from you all strangers. So this is the second time that I am performing a stand-up comedy. First time when I did it, I was allotted around 8 to 10 minutes of time for my entire act. But I went on for 22 minutes. So if I am going longer than the time allotted to me, please do not dare to stop me. Just start laughing more. So let's start. I am Ravikant Agrawal and I am from India. And since this is the Diversity Fest, what best than to talk about India, one of the most diverse country in the world. People are full of diverse culture, food, languages. You know, there are 22 official languages in India. Yes, that's 6 more than the states in Germany. And this is not just it. There are more than 1,000 dialects being spoken in India. So just imagine how diverse it is. And Hindi is one of the major languages that is spoken in India. So देवी और सज्जनों, ये पूरा का पूरा कार्यक्रम अब से हिंदी में होगा, तो आपको जो समझना है आप समझिए. Look at your frightened face. That's me in all my office meetings when it happens in German. I don't understand anything. But don't worry, I won't do the act in Hindi, it will be in English. So, we have a wide variety of languages that we can speak, but still, most of the Indians go for English. They try to learn English. Why? Courtesy the Britishers. But don't worry, I am not here to rant about all the cruelty that the Britishers had done on the Indian subcontinent. We are from India and we believe in karma. And as you know, karma is a bitch. Hashtag Brexit. What a mess. What a mess. No one knows what's going on. People everywhere, everyone is confused. What is Brexit? Even the Royal Prince, he said like, I fuck this shit. I don't get this shit. I will do my own royal exit. And Prince Harry took off to Canada. But it's not their fault. Britishers, the Englishmen, they are used to exit places. They have been exiting since last, 300 to 400 years from everywhere. But this time, it's by their own foolish choice. But if you see Brexit, what it is just like an adult shitting in his pant. You know you have created a mess, a literal shitty mess. But you cannot take it back. Neither you can accept it in front of everyone because it's too embarrassing. So that's what Brexit is for you. But I'm not here to tell you more about the foolishness of British people. Because how foolish you need to be to not excel in something that you have yourself invented. How many of you heard about cricket? Not the game, not the insect, but the game. Yeah, you know, it was invented by the English people around 300 to 400 years ago. they had all the time in the world to make themselves perfect in cricket. But no, they were busy stealing stuff from all around the world. And you know, since cricket is invented in England by the English people, so they should have been good at it. But until last year, they did not win even one World Cup in cricket. It was only last year that they won. So one of the major reasons that the Brexit happened, or the people gave one of the major reasons, is that they don't want to share their resources with immigrants. They want to have it for their own. But come on UK, do you think you can survive without immigrants? The country that few hundred years ago went all around the world and stayed in different countries as an immigrant without their permission and tortured them. You are no one to say that you don't want immigrants. But let's come back to cricket. They won their first Cricket World Cup title just last year. And you know, that was also with the help of an immigrant from New Zealand. So are you so sure that you don't want immigrants? But anyways, lots about the people who tortured my grandparents. I want to talk about the people who tortured me, my parents. Yes, you heard it right, my parents. Let me tell you about Indian parents. Indian parents are the most ambitious people in the world. They want to live their dreams, but on the cost of dreams of their own children. So for Indian parents, fulfilling their ambitions is like an online shopping, where they put all their dreams and thoughts and ambitions in the online shopping cart, and at the end, during the checkout, when they have to select the payment method, they select dreams and emotions and happiness of my child. Yeah, that's Indian parents for you. And also, Indian parents are very hard to please. You can never please Indian parents. So I will tell you a story about it. So if you are an average Indian child, your regular routine looks like you get up in the morning, get ready, go to school, and come back, have your lunch, rest a bit, go for playing, come back home, prepare yourself for your evening studies, do your homeworks, and sleep. That's a tough schedule, right? We have lived this for more than 18 years. And in between this, if you get some time, you can have some dreams, hobbies, or you can breathe. The choice is yours. So this was my regular routine while I was growing up. So one fine day, I came back home a bit late after my evening sports. It was around 7 o'clock in the evening when I returned back from my evening sports. And when my father saw me that I was late, he got angry. And he's like, "What is this, Ravi? Why are you late? You don't know you have to do your homeworks? What an irresponsible child. Don't know what you will do with your career." I said, "Well, fine. Since I am late, you have all the rights to be angry on me." So next day I thought I will please them and I will come back home a bit early. So I decided I will come back home at 6 o'clock. And then I reached home at 6 o'clock, and then I was sitting on my sofa and preparing myself for my evening studies. And then my father saw me and he's like, "What is this, Ravi? Why are you home so early? No sense of physical awareness, no exercise, no sports. I don't know what you will do with your life." And at that moment I was really pissed. I don't know what to do. How can I please them? So I thought I will mess up with them. And the next day I reached home at 6:30. So now this is neither too late, neither too early. And now they are confused. And they are just standing in front of me. And then I go, "What is this, Dad? Such an irresponsible parent. Don't know what to tell your child. I don't know what will you do with my younger brother." Indian parents are really complex. They are so complex that sometimes the movies like Inception and Interstellar look easy to you. You can understand them better than Indian parents. But anyways, they are my parents. So I thought I will please them and I will fulfill their dream of me studying or doing a master's abroad. But I had my own plans. I had thought of all my plans what I'm going to do abroad. So give me a cheer, how many of you have seen Bollywood movie? Okay, quite a few. So the general notion about Bollywood movie is they just have this Indian nodding heads and random strangers on street suddenly start doing perfect synchronized choreographed dance. Where the hell the hero just comes, start dancing, and people around him, they are drinking coffee, moving around, walking on their bike. Just throw everything and start dancing with the guy. But no, Indian movie is more than that. Indian movie is also famous for its cliche romantic rom-com stories. So in the 90s there were lots of rom-com stories or things like this happening. And one special thing about it was that most of it was being shot in Europe. Because white people around. The main character is brown. Gives a good contrast on the frame. Why not use it? So I have grown up seeing such movies. So let me ask you once again, how many of you have ever dated an Indian? Few? 2 or 3? Good. So if you have dated an Indian, you know one thing, that we Indians are hopeless romantics. Hopeless Bollywood romantics. And another thing, as my idol for my stand-up comedy says, Mr. V. Das says, if you try a brown, every color will let you down. So, I'm also Indian, I'm also a hopeless romantic guy. So I had my own dreams about coming to Europe. So there was a very famous movie during the 90s, it's called DDLJ, Dil Wale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. Please don't ask the translation of it, I cannot. So, in this movie, what happens? The hero of the movie and the heroine of the movie, they meet in a train, they look at each other, they look into each other's eye and they fall in love. Nice story, right? Doesn't happen. So, I grew seeing these kinds of movies, and I also had my own dreams. I had thought, I will also go to Europe, I will also travel in train, and someday I will also find my heroine, I will find my girl, and she will come to me. I will look into her eyes and start a conversation with some beautiful but intellectual line, and then she will fall in love with me. That was my plan. And just because of this, whenever I travel in a train, I always sit in the seats where there are 4 seats, just hoping some girl will come and sit in front of me. So one fine day I was traveling from Münster to Bielefeld, and I was just hoping that my dream comes true. And after 2 to 3 stops, there was a beautiful girl who walked in, and she was walking towards me. And at that very moment, I realized, this is my time. This is what I am born for. This is the time to live my dreams. And I was really excited. I rehearsed all the steps and all the plans that I had in my mind, and I composed myself and I said, yes, Ravi, you can do it. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. Dreams are beautiful. They are meant to make you feel good. They are meant to make you feel better about your mediocre lifestyle. But reality sucks. So, I am sitting there and just hoping this girl will come and sit in front of me. So, in my dream, the plan was this girl comes to me and asks me if I mind her sitting in front of me. And I would say, no, it's my pleasure. But in my thoughts, I have already planned my wedding. I have also thought my kid's name. In reality, the girl comes and just sits beside me. I was like, okay, calm down. Calm down, the first steps fail, no problem, calm down. The next step was, we look into each other's eye and we start talking. In reality, I'm scared to hell, because 1 millisecond extra, I stare at her and I am tagged as a creep. So, the second step also failed. Okay, I said, still you can do it, Ravi, still you can do it. Third step was supposed to be, I look into her and start a conversation in a beautiful but an intellectual way. But she taps my thighs and starts speaking to me in German. And I'm like, now this is going completely wrong. This is not what I planned. This is not happening. I'm completely lost and I'm completely in panic. But what to do? I had to hold my composure. I held my composure and gained all my courage that I had, and I asked her, Sprechen Sie English bitte? So for all the non-German speakers over here, which is very few, I would like to tell you, this is the only line that you need to know or survive in Germany if you don't know German. Just ask this line, if the person replies yes, then you know the person is speaking English and you are fine. And the person does not reply anything, just ignore and move forward. So I asked her sprechen Sie English bitte? To which she replies, yeah, naturally. And now I am shocked. Whatever limited German language knowledge I had, I have started doubting that. Did I ask something wrong? Why is she replying back in German? I'm not getting it. But soon she realized her mistake and she said, yes, I can speak English, and she started talking to me and she asked me, where are you from? My answer, not from Germany. And at that moment I said, okay, now this is a complete mess. This is another Brexit. This is complete mess. Now I cannot come back from it. It's gone. But she was very kind. She gave me another chance and she started speaking to me and she was continuously talking to me, and a few minutes we talked. And now again I started self-doubting. I thought, is this girl crazy? Didn't she listen what I answered? Was she not sure? Did she not hear? What is wrong with her? Is she a psycho? Is she some kind of mad person? Is she going to kill me? I am completely shocked and panicked. But I held my composure again. And we started talking and she asked me, where are you going? But I was panicking. And I said, Düsseldorf. And she's like, do you realize this train is going to Bielefeld? I said, yes, I realize that. But you know, I like to take long tours in the train. I like to enjoy the scenery outside. And we both looked outside the window. It was completely dark. We cannot see anything. And I said, I'm done. And she's gonna just get up from here, walk away, I don't know what. But I had to do something. So, since I've already told her that I am going to Düsseldorf, what could I do? Damage control? I just came out of the train in Hahn so that I can change the trains. But you will ask here, what's the logic in this? I can ask you the same. What's the logic in Brexit? The same. So guys, I'm almost at the end of my set and I am really bad at finishing things. That's why probably I have not finished my master's since last 4 years and I'm still doing it. But that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to end my set and I'm going to give you an advice to all the people who have not yet come in contact with Indian people. So when you have to, in German, when you have to wish bye or say bye to someone, how would you say it? What would you say?
Tschüssikowski.
Auf Wiedersehen, ciao, choose. But never ever say choose to an Indian. Because choose in Hindi means to suck. So if you say choose to an Indian, he takes it in some other way. So that's my set, guys. Thank you. You have been a nice audience. Thank you so much.
Dankeschön für dieses Stand-up. Als nächstes begrüßen wir Tobias Grunwald von der Koordinierungsstelle Studium mit Beeinträchtigung der BDU. Und der